Sorry. Easy. Oh, no.
Welcome to another episode of Boogie's Tactical Gaming Journal. I'm your host, Boogie. Today we're going to be digging deep and looking what's underneath the surface, what's going on in these local communities of our favorite games and these indie tactical shooters. I'm going to give you my thoughts on some of the more mainstream topics, but more importantly, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty inner workings of things, some special events, some very new things happening within the community. Also, if you're new around here, we're in the middle of an all-month Slobberknockers Steam Key giveaway. If you're interested in entering the giveaway, just stay tuned for details on exactly how to enter. And with no further ado, our first topic, the future of Squad. Now, as most of you already know, Squad has been fully released, and we will very soon be putting our version 2 boots down on the ground. This will be making a lot of changes to the Insurgency faction, how the Habs work, some new vehicles, but when I was watching the most recent dev blog, something caught my ear that made me super excited for the future of Squad. Now, you may have heard me say in the past that the game has gotten a little out of control in the way that everybody has optics, and it doesn't quite give me the same gameplay feel that it did in the past. Now, I'm not the only one that has been saying this. I know Karma Cut, a popular YouTuber, also has the same feelings, and that even so far that he and his crew have modded the game to make less optics in somewhat of an attempt to kind of get that old gameplay feel back. However, like I said, what I heard in this dev blog made me super excited for the future of Squad. Now, I'm going to let you hear it from the devs themselves, but what it sounds like is they're going to make it so that whether you have iron sights, a red dot, or a freaking ACOG, that you have your own special role, and that each of these weapon systems will be situational. So no longer will it be a freaking race to get the ACOG, and if you don't, you sort of have a B-rated experience until you start another game and you get another chance to try and get that ACOG class. So basically, every weapon systems from iron sights up to ACOGs, it's going to have its own situational use in areas of combat where it's good at. But enough of me trying to explain it. Let's go ahead and listen in on this devlog.
We want to give every gun... We want to give every optic tier, if you will. I'm talking iron sights. Actually, I would include hipfire on there. Hipfire, iron sights, aim point sights like red dots, and then zoom optic sights. Every one of those should be filling a unique niche. Right now, we feel that if you have an optic, you can engage anything at short, medium, long range. It does everything. It's the best thing you can possibly choose. You'll choose it 100% of the time if you have the option. There's no contest there. There's no strategizing in terms of, okay, which one should I take for which combat situation, that sort of thing. There is, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's the issue that we're looking at there. So what we want to do with the scope changes and the gunplay overhaul is separate them all a bit. So, for example, iron sights would be more of a generalist role, which could engage at close range or long range because it can zero, whereas a red dot cannot zero, but it's very good in close quarters. Then optics would be really good at long range, but at close range you have more of a eye relief parallax effect. Like if you've ever tried to look through a scope before, if you've ever had that opportunity, or even with a pair of binoculars, you can try it yourself with a pair of binoculars. Getting your eye lined up on the sight is not as straightforward as it is in video games. In real life, it takes a moment to actually get lined up. And if you're a trained soldier, you'll probably be better at it than I would be, but it's not an entirely straightforward thing.
And we also have the depth of field changes as well, right? For the firing and bursts with machine guns will actually impair your vision. Or sorry, not firing and bursts and firing full auto will kick the gun back more and more and blur your vision in the scope. Versus firing slower, so you will get these different dynamic parts of your engagement.
There you go.
That's specific to scope overhaul. One way or another, the parallax thing is going to be the big... Sorry, that's specific to the picture-in-picture scopes that Jet's demoing right now. But one way or another, the parallax effect on zoom optics is going to be a major tool that we'll probably be using to balance zoom optics. For example, if you were to stand up and without the bipod and look left to right, or toggle, ADS versus not ADS, you'll see that it sort of bobs around some more, and it takes him a moment to actually get a clear sight picture. So that's how you could nerf zoom optics a little bit at close range. But of course, that opens a whole other can of worms about how accurate should hipfire be. How accurate should... you see where I'm going with that? Because we don't want you to be miserable if you're trying to fight in close quarter combat with a zoom optic, right? So yeah, a lot of tweaking ahead of us there.
Now, this isn't coming with version 2. This is something in the pipeline further down, but it's got me super excited to get back in the squad. Everyone running around with a marksman class tend to get boring. With them making it more realistic and focusing on team cohesion is just getting me pumped. Now, this is something that other games Hell Let Loose and any other games, 1983, all these games that are coming out trying to get into the milsim genre, this is what you gotta learn from Squad, is that all the assets you add to your game, is it going to benefit team play? Is it gonna make team cohesion more important? And of course, with what they're talking about, this is going to make each weapon system stand on their own and make it important. So no longer will iron sights just be some throwaway class. No, it's going to be needed for close quarters. I don't know, man. This is super exciting. I'm sure once Karma Cut hears this, he's going to be super excited. Big things coming for the future of Squad. Moving right along now, everybody knows I'm a big Day of Infamy fan, and you may or may not remember this video. If you don't, you can go back like 8 videos back and check it out if you'd like. It's basically my love letter to NWI, the creators of Insurgency and Day of Infamy. Anyway, long story short, I basically call on the entire Day of Infamy community to try and get together and create a 24/7 custom map server, because there are just loads of awesome custom maps that haven't even been touched, much less most DOI players don't even know they're there. So simply, as a community, we come together, get this server up, and all I ask from NWI is somehow promote it, put it on the front page, talk about it in a stream, something. Don't just let this source engine die on us. It's something about the source engine, the feel, something about it. And I know I don't speak alone, that something about that source engine is special. Why let it die if it doesn't have to? I don't know, but I think we could get some kind of second life into Day of Infamy. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's worth a shot. It's an incredible game, and if you haven't seen these freaking custom maps yet, be sure to go into the Steam Workshop and check out these custom maps. You can set it up to play bots on a lot of these maps, like I'm doing here. But could you imagine some of these awesome maps like Carrington and Causeway being played 16 versus 16 real people, where we're all communicating and buying extra radios and calling in off-map ordnance? I mean, there's literally like 30 to 50 custom maps that are playable. We could literally breathe new life into this awesome game. Well, I am extremely happy to report that several members of the Day of Infamy community seen the video and apparently are as excited as I am, because testing on a new custom map server is underway, thanks to the guys over at Grey Dove Infantry, also known as GDI. That's right, if you want to help out with the test, here's the IP number to the server, along with the time that we'll all be getting together and testing out these custom maps. We got like 30 or 50 to go through. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of testing involved, and then hopefully this can become a thing. So here soon, the ball's going to be in your park, NWI, and hopefully all you can do, just something simple like promote the game in a stream or a front page somewhere. That's all we're asking. Let's not let this source engine just fade away. Let's usher it out in a communal bang. Well, now while we're on the topic of awesome community-made maps, I was playing Rising Storm 2 the other day and stumbled upon this pretty awesome Star Wars map that I suppose is supposed to be Tatooine. It's got flying vehicles and everything. But that's not why I brought you here. I brought you here because a good buddy of mine, Gorlami, has set up a realism hardcore modded server for Rising Storm 2. Yep, that's right. It takes away the death toll up in the top right. It takes away enemy markers. Just general tweaks and settings that make the game more realistic and more hardcore for us milsimps. I'm also going to have the information to his server down below, and they like to get together and play every Friday at 1 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm usually at work that time, so don't count on seeing me there often unless I get off work. But let's head over there and try to pop his server. It'll be a lot of fun. Alright, now we're going to delve into the happenings of my baby Post-Scriptum. We got the big mods coming right around the corner. It won't be that too long until you got the Eastern Front, the Pacific, Mercury mod, North Africa, all these mods releasing right around the corner. But in the meantime, let's take a close look at my buddy Crismo's map, Blue Coat, also known as Mont Pecan. It's been out for about a month or so. It actually is the first big major map out since modding has been released, and he did a stellar job, and he's continuing to update it. Just a couple of days ago, he dropped this February 1st update, and in it, he basically overhauls all the lighting. He does a lot of new gameplay tweaks. He makes some cap sizes bigger as to make it more tougher to take. He apparently is adding ladders to sheds and stuff like that for defensive positions. Just a general going over, if you will. And the new lighting is absolutely fantastic. The sky looks kind of drab and there's fog, but it just makes the colors of the earth and the grass and the foliage just pop. We got a few more Mont Pecan screens to show you, but for the most part, that's about it on February's edition of Tactical Gaming Journal. I want to thank you all for watching. If you're new to Post-Scriptum, be sure to check out my Post-Scriptum Guides playlist. And for everybody new that's interested in joining the giveaway, all you got to do is be somewhat a part of our little community we have going here. Join our little Discord channel. It's linked below in the video description. Of course, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and drop a comment. But within your comment, leave your Discord name and number. That way, if you win, I can make sure the right person gets the prize. Believe it or not, we had somebody try to snipe a prize in the past, and I don't want that happening again. Alright guys, hopefully I'll see you around on some of these tests. It'd be awesome to get these community servers popping. Again, I want to thank you all for the support. We're barreling towards 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, be sure to ring that bell also so you don't miss a video, at least until the giveaway is over, right? Alright guys, until next time, y'all be good to each other.